The goal of our dairy education program is to really up the knowledge base and the skill level of our students that are interested in dairy. Our dairy education program now does have about a half a dozen classes now that are focused primarily on those hands-on practical skills, whether it's mixing feed, AI, injections, hoof trimming, whatever it is. We're really trying to up that practical knowledge that students have and get them exposed to the things that happen on a dairy. Today's population of students here on campus, even within animal science or within our College of Ag, are not necessarily from farms. They come from a very varied background. So part of our job in this program is to expose students to all the opportunities that are out there. And I know we typically think, well, producer or herds person or whatever it is, or nutritionist, but we have students working in artificial intelligence, we have students doing computer work, we have students on the promotion side that are working with milk companies and those sorts of things, promoting milk and those types of things. So there are all types of career opportunities that are out there.
I'm Adelie Thalen. I'm from St. John's, Michigan. I'm majoring in animal science in the dairy industry concentration and minoring in agribusiness management, and I'm a junior. I chose to come to Michigan State because I grew up on my family's dairy farm, became really involved in 4-H and dairy judging and dairy quiz bowl contests at the 4-H level, and that brought me to become really involved with Michigan State.
So I did not grow up on a dairy farm or within the dairy industry, and I actually came to MSU, which was my dream school, as a journalism major. Then I transferred into agribusiness management program, and then through a friend transferred into the 4-year dairy concentration program because of the hands-on learning and my passion to spread the dairy knowledge.
So from pretty early on, I guess in high school, I started to get a lot of exposure to the MSU dairy program through dairy judging and 4-H dairy days. So I made a lot of friends that were current students in the dairy programs at MSU, and it seemed like a really appealing opportunity to me. And then I met Joe, who really pushed me to join this program, and I'm very happy I made that decision.
So not only does the dairy program provide you a lot of practical skills, so like on-farm things like the artificial insemination class teaches you how to breed cows, but then it also provides you with a lot of real-world skills that you'll use in the future on a job. So learning how to communicate with others, work on a team, and being able to problem solve, and really being able to work with others well and work together to get a task done.
So not only has MSU provided me with a lot of hands-on practical cow skills and farm skills, but I've also learned a lot about farm management, managing finances, managing labor, all things that are really essential to going back and running a dairy. Some of my favorite classes that I've taken here are definitely the Dairy Repro class and some of the upper level dairy management classes. All those classes have just taught me a lot of practical skills about how to run a dairy, and I've also had a lot of hands-on experiences that help get me ready for jobs out in the industry.
I think the best part about the dairy program at MSU has been really all the real-world connections and experiences that we're able to make here. We're able to be taking what we learn in classes and more of like the science side of things, but also then connected to what we're doing on farm and really the more modern dairies, and being able to make the connection between the two, and also being able to meet a lot of like-minded people that also share that same passion for the dairy industry.
The dairy program at MSU is really like a family. Between the students here, the advisors, faculty, staff, everybody that's involved, and then also being able to network outside and having so many of those connections really brings in not just the dairy concentration being a family, but just the dairy industry as a whole becoming a family.
I would say my biggest piece of advice would be to be open to any and all opportunities. I think one of the really unique things here at Michigan State is that there's so many different opportunities that you can become involved in outside of your classes and your coursework. So whether that's taking an internship out of state or holding an officer role in Dairy Club, being on the dairy judging teams, I think there's just a lot of different opportunities that can really help you establish connections with those that also share a passion for the dairy industry, and then also just help you broaden your horizons of what is out there.
So I've had 2 internships in my time at MSU. One of them was in the state of Michigan, the other was actually in California. Overall, I think my biggest takeaway from both of those internships is there is not one right way to do things. There's multiple different ways that you can be successful in this industry, and it's always good to be open-minded to doing things a new way.
So in the future, I plan to use this degree to help me get a career in the dairy industry, whether that's working on farm or working with a company that supports the dairy production and dairy farms.
So with advisor, staff, faculty support through this program, I'm able to take even a little bit of a different approach to this program and what I want to do with it after. So I've already accepted a position with United Dairy Industry of Michigan to work on behalf of Michigan's dairy farmers and the farming community.
We have a spot here for everybody, and we can tweak the curriculum to really address what that student is particularly interested in, whether it is communications, whether it is the business side, or they absolutely want to work with cows. Within our dairy education program now, we can create it specifically enough for what that student wants.